and thanks for joining me today. We're going to be making some cards with our May 2021 Crafty Courtyard Kit. The theme is Butterfly Kisses. So let's jump right in with the first card. I've got the postcard that comes in your kit. Now I've cut it down quite a bit, and I'm cut it to 3 3/4 by 5 inches because I want it to fit nicely on our scalloped rectangle die. And I've cut that scalloped rectangle out of the beautiful glitter paper that's in the kit. It's that really pretty green. So that's going to fit on there like that. And another layering piece behind that I've cut out with our layered rectangle dies. I've cut out that pink cardstock that's in the kit. And we're just going to layer all that together on a top folding A2 size card. So there is our first card, super sweet and simple, using the postcard that comes in the kit. But I want to embellish it a little bit with some of the gorgeous sequins that come in the kit. So for May, we decided to give you a little bit extra. Sometimes we're just going to throw stuff in for you, our subscribers, to the kit, just because we love you so much. The extra in the kit is this wax pencil. So the wax pencil is really helpful for picking up sequins to attach them to your project. It's just wax at the end of the pencil, and it sticks nicely to the sequins, just enough that you can pick it up and put it in your adhesive on your card. It has a string that's down here at the end near the wax that's sticking out. When you've used up this wax, and let me tell you, you'll be using this pencil forever, you pull this string back a little bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch. You pull it back, and what it is this pink part is paper that's wrapped around the wax. So when you pull the string back, you'll expose some paper that's torn that you then wrap and tear off and expose more of the wax. So it's really simple and easy to use. So let's add some sequins to this card. Can I tell you how much easier this was to pick up my sequins rather than digging in there with my fingers? Wow, I really like that. So here's our finished card. And it's just super sweet and simple, and we use up that postcard that's in the kit. For our next card, we're going to make a little bit of a fun fold card here. I've got all my parts and pieces ready. So basically I have 2 top folding A2 size cards, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when folded. See how I've cut the top of each one just diagonally from corner to corner, and you want to do them opposite corners. And then we're going to glue these together so that they create one card. So we're going to glue them together just like this. So I just line them up and glue them together. It's helpful also to just put it against your table, line them up straight. And now we have our folding card base. From the paper pack in the kit, I've cut out a piece to go on the inside. So I've cut it 4 inches by 5 1/4, and it'll fit right on the inside of there with a nice white border around it. I'm using our Easy Squeeze craft glue, which I love using on all my cards. It gives you a few seconds before it dries so that you can adjust or shimmy something into place. And I leave it laying on the side. You'll notice while I'm doing the video, as you're working on your projects, I don't have one of those handy glue tube holders. So I just lay it on the side, and that keeps the glue kind of going towards the tip so it won't go all the way back down in the bottom and I'll have to hold it down again. So that's why I lay it on the side. So when it's folded, it kind of looks like an envelope a little bit. and then it opens up like that. In order to get layering pieces on these diagonal parts of the card, I cut a piece from the paper pack that was 4 inches by 5 1/4, same as I would back here for this piece in the back. So it has a little bit of a white border around it. And then I just cut it diagonally from corner to corner. And you could actually make 2 cards because you'll get 2 pieces that are diagonal. So you can make 2 cards with 1 piece. So now I have my card base finished. So now we're going to decorate the front. So I've stamped and colored with my Copic markers the beautiful butterfly stamp that's in the kit, and we're going to make that the focus of this card. The coloring of this is so simple. You don't have to worry about a whole lot of shading because it's a nice bold image, and just color it with the colors. You can use pencils, markers, whatever you have to color with. It's going to look gorgeous. I'm just going to glue it just to that purple half. Okay, so now our butterfly is on the front, so he opens up. When you open up the card, I didn't want the back side of my butterfly to show like this and just show the, I guess, the ugly side of my coloring here where the markers go through the paper. So I used the die cut that's with the kit that cuts out the butterfly, and I just cut out a piece of pattern paper. I'm just going to glue that completely over the butterfly and this backing, so it just creates a cutout butterfly pattern that's on this side, so it looks pretty when you open it. That also gives the butterfly a little more stiffness because it's double layered there. So now we have our beautiful butterfly on the front. You open it up. We have something pretty on the inside to cover up that coloring. And I'm going to add the sentiment on this side. And I've just stamped the sentiment, butterfly kisses and best wishes. And I just cut that out with a little pennant flag end over there. And we're going to glue that down like so. And here is the card. I think that's pretty, and it's a cute design. Recipient will have fun opening that up, and you can write your message on the inside of here. Let's add some glitter enamel dots. As always, the glitter enamel dots match perfectly with the colors of the kit, so we're not going to have a hard time finding which ones to use. Okay, so there's our finished card with the addition of our glitter enamel dots. I think it turned out super sweet. This next card, we're doing a little something different. This is a 6" by 3.5" card. So then I've cut a panel of the beautiful teal dotted cardstock that's in the kit. So I cut that 5 3/4 by 3 1/4, and we're gonna layer that on to the card base. I cut out a piece of the white cardstock with our thin fishtail dies. So it has this nice little fishtail ending and the stitched edge. And I used the stencil that's in the kit, and I just ran some glitter gel over the stencil in this beautiful yellow. I thought it would be really pretty against the teal. So we've just got butterflies on this, and we're gonna add this to the center of the card. So here's our card base so far. Super sparkly and shiny. I love that glitter gel. And for this card, I've die cut the sentiment Sweet Friend, and that is part of the dies that are in the kit. It's nice and delicate, but bold enough to look really good on your card. And we're just gonna glue this onto the card. And there's our little mini slimline card. I think it's cute just the way it is, and I'm going to leave it just like this. I think the super sparkly butterflies add enough sparkle and shine to it. I've got our next card ready to go. I have made a card base out of the teal cardstock that's in the kit. If it's not quite as thick as you would like it to be for a card base, I recommend adding a white layer on the inside here. Just cut a white panel that'll go on the inside. That way you have a nice white base inside for writing your message or stamping your message, but also it'll thicken up the base of the card. And then once we add all the layers on the front, it'll be a nice thick card. I've cut a panel to fit on the front of my card, and I've run it through my die cut machine with the embossing folder that's in the kit, the Sunray embossing folder. So this is the back, this is the debossed side, and you can use that, or you could use the embossed side. But we're gonna use the embossed side. And what I've done is I just took some glitter and I just glued it all over the front. So let's glue that to our card base. So here is our sparkly embossed card base. I've added some foam adhesive to the back of my butterfly. Then again, I've just colored in with colors that match the kit, and we're just gonna place him in the center. He's just gonna be the highlight of the card. I've stamped and cut out the sentiment, "You've got this," and I'm just gonna add it like a little bit over the butterfly off to the side over here. So I'm gonna put a little foam behind the sentiment. So the liquid adhesive on this side will stick to the butterfly, and the foam tape here will pop it up to be the same height as the butterfly. And there is our card. On our last card, I've made an A2 size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, with the dark blue cardstock. And again, I took a piece of the gray cardstock and I cut it down to fit as a layering piece on top. And I ran it with the embossing folder. This time I put the center of the sunray lower down, not right in the center, but I moved it down on the piece. So the center is a little bit lower, just a different focal point. Doesn't really matter that much. And then I took my ergonomic blender brush and a purple ink, and I just went around the edges and created this purple haze, I guess you could say, around the outer edges of the panel. I let the brush naturally just blend the ink out, and it's lighter here on the inside where I didn't add any ink. I just went around the edges. So we're gonna glue that down to the card. We're going to add the beautiful butterfly stamp, and I cut it out with the die cuts that's included in the kit. But check out how I colored the butterfly this time. I started with some pink here towards the body of the butterfly, and then I just colored in with some green next to that. And I just kind of blended it together. I went with a little bit of teal after the green, and then ending with this nice blue. So you get this gradient of color that I just thought was pretty. Instead of, like I did before, coloring the individual flowers or parts of the butterfly, I just wanted like a blended look, and I think it came out beautiful, kind of like a rainbow blended effect. I'm gonna add some foam adhesive again so the butterfly pops off the card and becomes a really nice focus. So we have our foam adhesive on the back of our butterfly. I'm just gonna add to the card. Again, same basic idea as the last card. I've got our sentiment stamped and cut out. I'm gonna add it to the side. I've put a little foam adhesive where I need to stand it up to the height of the butterfly. And I'll put a little bit of our liquid adhesive so it will adhere down on the butterfly side. And that one says, "Spread your wings." Now I want to add some sequins, I think, to this card. You can use our handy wax pencil. And there's our finished card. Super pretty. I hope you've enjoyed the cards that we've created today with the May 2021 Crafty Courtyard Kit. I hope it inspires you to open up your kit and start creating. Until next time, my friends, keep living the creative life.